Greetings, Eddie here and welcome to my farm. So just recently I shared with you a video of how this patch of collard greens was infested heavily by, there was a huge food explosion on this patch of collard greens due to the heavy rains. But finally, after some hard work, I managed to get rid of the weeds, giving these collards another fighting chance. Well, the good news is that the collards survived the heavy rains and the weeds, but they had to bounce back to their full potential. And that's where today's video comes in, because I'm going to give them a supercharge boost so they can be able to thrive. Well, the first thing I'll be doing is doing a top dress. I'm going to be top dressing this using a basal fertilizer. And in this case, I'm going to be using an NPK fertilizer, whereby the NPK, whereby the N stands for nitrogen, the P for phosphorus, and the K for potassium. So these are the three main nutrients that a crop needs for healthy growth. But definitely, of course, due to the heavy rains, I'm sure some of these nutrients have been washed away. And it's for that reason I'll be doing now. I need the first thing to do is I'm going to be doing that with a basal fertilizer, NPK, but now with a bias of a high nitrogen concentration, because now these collard greens, what you're harvesting are the leaves, and you need the regrowth of these leaves as much as this is what you're going to be harvesting. So you need a fertilizer rich in nitrogen that you can have now a good vegetative growth, because now for the collard greens, our target is the leaves. So by replenishing using NPK, I'll be giving the collards the building blocks that they need to put on new leaves and grow strong. So while doing the top dress, you can opt to carefully sprinkle the fertilizer along the base of the collards. But in my case, because now we're experiencing some heavy rains, and just to avoid the fertilizer from being washed out, I'm going to incorporate it just a few inches from the stem of the plant. I'm going to dig it in slightly, incorporate it into the soil. But again, it depends with the type of fertilizer. Some fertilizers are quite easily soluble, and ensure that the soil is moist. So with some fertilizers, as long as the soil is moist, then if you sprinkle on top, it will easily dissolve and it will not be washed away. But in my case, in this case, I don't want to take any chances. So I'm going to be incorporating it into the soil to avoid in case we receive any heavy rains after top dress, that the fertilizer is not washed away. Alongside the NPK, I'm also going to be using a seaweed foliar fertilizer. So for the seaweed is packed with so many micronutrients, growth hormones, and other beneficial compounds. So by spraying this seaweed solution directly on the leaves, it's going to give the collards a very quick and readily available source of these goodies. So there's this seaweed fertilizer that I got from one of the farmers in these online farming groups that I am in. I got it. It's prepared on our Kenyan coast, so I get it shipped from the coastal city of Mombasa. So you get it from a farmer who doubles also as a marine conservationist. So they prepare this seaweed solution that's organic. Actually, you can just spray on your crops in the morning, and in the evening you can harvest your produce. So it's basically seaweed extract. Yeah, and that has so many benefits. It also helps the crop with the stress management. Of course, the crop has undergone so much stress due to the heavy rainfall, and as well as the heavy weeds. So by using both the NPK fertilizer and the seaweed, what's going to happen? So what will happen is the NPK will work through the soil, because of course the plant feeds through the soil, the roots. So by adding the NPK fertilizer top dress, it's going to feed the roots over time. While the seaweed, on the other hand, will provide a quicker boost directly to the leaves. With this combination, it gives the collard crop nutrients, both for long-term and immediate effect. So that's why I'm doing both the NPK basal fertilizer and the seaweed foliar fertilizer. And for the seaweed foliar fertilizer, I often do it frequently, probably every week, as a routine. And that really helps with the growth of the crop. Well, I'm confident with this NPK and the seaweed treatment these collards will be back on track within no time. They'll have all the nutrients that they need to, to grow strong, fight all the diseases, because a healthy crop is barely affected by diseases as well as pests. And it will be able to produce delicious and healthy leaves, which is what we are all looking forward to. In the coming weeks, I'll be sharing with you the progress. So be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on the progress. Remember, giving your plants the right nutrients at the right time can make all the difference in their success. So if you have any questions about, top dressing, the seaweed fertilizer, or anything else collard related, please leave a comment below and I'll sure get back. That's more like it. Thank you for joining me. Till the next one, happy farming.